Miss Thompson. How are you today?
Great.
Good. I'm happy you're here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so I just want to let you know that today anything we say will just stay between us. It's part of your confidentiality. I'm not going to tell anybody anything. I would have to, of course, if you intended on harming yourselves or others. But other than that, it stays between us, okay?
Cool.
Okay, so what did you want to discuss today?
I tend to be very sarcastic and not so great situations.
Okay.
So I end up hurting people's feelings during the process, which I do not like to do.
Okay. So you just mean like more like the words you use, or just like your tone of voice, or what?
I think it's probably a combination of both.
Okay. All right. Could you give me an example?
My brother tends to not do his work, so I will call him a lazy bum and, tell him, oh, you're not going to go anywhere in your life. And I tend to be sarcastic, but he takes it to heart, and I don't mean for him to. And I know it hurts his feelings, and I don't want to do that.
So you're just afraid of that he'll really internalize those feelings or those words, and you're just kind of realizing words matter, and that you want to make sure that you're motivating him as much as possible rather than pulling him back, even though sometimes you just want to joke with him.
Yeah, and then just not for it to be something as like, oh, even if I do this work, I'm not going to apparently go anywhere in life, and just be a bum or whatever. I don't want him to think that.
Yeah. I understand. That makes sense. Is that the only thing you want to talk about today? Is that the main thing?
Pretty much the main thing.
Okay. All right, that's good. What do you think you could do to change that behavior?
Probably just, I guess, read the situation before I crack a joke. Like, if we're having a serious conversation, sometimes doing a joke will be interpreted as a serious conversation and be like, so is this gonna hurt his feelings possibly? Is this the right time to say this? Is this a crappy thing? Stuff like that.
That makes sense. On a scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, 0 being not important at all, and 10 being, super important, super big detriment if you don't try and change this, how important do you think it is?
Probably, especially as I get older and, have more serious conversations of life, probably 5, 6, something like that.
What do you say, 5 or 6 versus like a 9 or 10?
Because for a majority of the time I'm a very shy person, so for me to even get sarcastic like that, I have to know the person really well. I don't do it with just complete strangers or people I just meet. So the majority of the time the people know I'm joking, but it still hurts their feelings a little bit. So that's why I don't think it's completely, 9, 10 area. If I was doing it with like complete strangers, then yes, it would probably be closer to a 9 or 10, because they're like, oh, dang, this person's just saying this to me.
Right. So it's just situational, it depends, because how well you know the person. That makes sense. What do you think the benefits would be of you changing?
I would just help my brother mainly confidence in that situation, because he doesn't have a lot of friends. Just because of his situation at our home, and I'm pretty much his only friend, so I don't want to be that person like negativity.
Right. You love him, he loves you, so you want to be a positive influence in his life. Right, makes sense. What do you think would be some consequences of changing? Like, what difficulties do you think you would have with it?
Like, if I were to change, what would consequences?
If you were to make actual effort to change. What roadblocks do you see?
Probably just habits die hard, so it'll probably take me a long time to do that, because it's been my whole life.
Right. It's hard to break a habit.
Yep.
Right, that makes sense. What do you think some benefits would be of staying the same? Do you see any benefits for staying the same?
I mean, like I said, a majority of the time when I even become sarcastic like that terms, it's with people that I know. So, I mean, I don't feel like there'd be really any difference.
So that would just be like upholding the funniness of the relationship. relationship. But still, you have serious conversations sometimes, and you just want to make sure that you're fully present for those conversations. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Well, do you think that there could be any steps that you could take, or like little things you could think of to remind yourself of what words to say in certain situations?
Not on top of my head.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do you have any suggestions?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
I want to see if you have anything that you're thinking of, because I know that sometimes people can kind of be like, oh, well, if I had done this before, then maybe it would have changed this, that, and the other. You go back, hindsight's 20/20, so you think of a situation after the hand, and you're like, well, if I had done this, blah, blah, blah. But you don't want to do that, because you don't want to attack yourself for past mistakes. You just want to try and, accept yourself where you're at and move forward from there. So, and that's all you can do. Yep, it sounds like you've really thought this through, and that's really good. And you're really willing to make an effort in the future. Do you think that's something you'd be able to do?
Yeah.
That's good. Alrighty. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today?
I think that's about it.